Okay, g'day everyone. Welcome. It is BS Radar time. Hashtag BS Radar for those that have not followed before. Today, I've got with me Allan Ramsay. He is of Verse out of San Diego in California. They do great things with lead qualification, lead engagement. He's previously worked in sales as a sales director at Tesla, at Yelp. Huge experience. Really stoked to get him on. G'day, Allan. Thanks for being on board.
Good morning or good afternoon or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You probably get that joke a lot, but I'll make it as well.
Yeah, all good,
Thank
all good.
Yeah.
My pleasure. Now, Allan is going to be sharing, for those that haven't tuned into this before, basically I get founders and sales leaders and just leaders across the world to share their one hot tip to smell out the BS in a job interview from a candidate. And I think especially now there's a lot of hiring and a bit of firing, but from the hiring perspective, sitting on that other side of the table. And I think even if you are interviewing, this is some really good advice to sort of take on board. This is what leaders are looking for. But anyway, Allan, I'm rambling. Go for it. What is your BS Radar tip?
So, I think, like you mentioned, I think candidates are very fine-tuned to the normal questions now.
Yep.
Like, tell me about your experience. What's your greatest achievement? What are you bad at? And so I like to ask the unboring questions that get people out of that rhythmic idea of an interview question.
Good.
So one of my favorite questions to actually ask is, what are you the best in the world at? And it's a weird question to ask, and it throws people off. But I think it does a couple things. One, especially in sales, if somebody tells me, hey, I'm the best in the world at closing, or hey, I'm the best in the world at making a cold call, I can kind of tell they're BSing me and giving me an answer I want to hear.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to hear from the customer, the person who I'm interviewing is like, give me something that's like fun, exciting, so I can get to learn who you are. Yeah. And also that you kind of have a confidence and passionate about something outside of just sales.
Yeah, cool.
So, some of the fun ones I've heard are like, hey, like I can spot a table in a crowded room, or or like the cherry tie, like where you put cherry in your mouth and you tie it as fast as you can, like somebody told me that one time. So just like weird quirks that people have, because one, it tells me they can learn something really fast, that they're opportunistic, that they're willing to engage in a fun, unboring question.
Yep.
And it, spices up the interview a little bit past just the normal questions that somebody would ask.
100%. You're going to get people out of that rote, this question. I've got my rehearsed answer. But it also lets you know that they're kind of an interesting person. They're a good conversationalist, which is pretty important. Yeah.
I totally agree. I think that's one thing that, when you're interviewing people that you should be definitely looking out for is if they can't have a conversation with you, how are they supposed to have a conversation with somebody on the phone?
Yeah.
Especially because it's the same idea, right? They're selling you on why they should join your company. They're going to have to do the same thing about selling the company to an
100%.
prospect.
It's almost like when you have a new friend and you're like, should I invite them to meet my other friends? Are they going to get along? Are they actually like a cool person? I like it.
I completely agree with that too.
Cool. Thanks so much, Allan. That was a great BS Radar tip. If anyone's got any questions or comments, or if you've got any similar questions like that you ask, just pop them down in the comments below. If you're not already following Allan on LinkedIn, please do jump on. Does great content. Allan, thanks for being on BS Radar.
Thanks again.
Cheers.